I don't need this, Zach. Sending girls to my house?
It's temporary, you'll live. I want to know why you were late last night.
I ran into a couple of nosy people from my past and I couldn't get away from them.
Friends?
Not exactly.
Do we need to deal with them?
Nah, I haven't seen them in years. It was more of a what you been up to kind of thing.
You didn't tell them anything, right?
I'm not stupid. I want to keep my job.
Next time, don't let anything keep you. I don't like waiting. I got your text. Everything all right?
Yeah, I was hoping we could talk about the premium service girls.
Yeah, who'd you select?
Okay, hold on a sec, okay? Okay, I just sent you a link. Take a look. I think you'll find they're all precious.
Who's Rainbow Girl?
She's one of our most requested, but she's been trouble.
It's a nice photo. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you or to spy.
No, don't worry about it.
Crystal looks so happy there.
We spent the day at the park. We just hung out and laughed and we had some good times. Not enough, though.
It's so hard to believe that it's the same young woman who called into the crisis hotline, scared and feeling alone. Would you send me a copy of that photo? It's just her smiling. This is the image I want to keep with me until we find her. If that's not too weird.
No, not at all. I'm happy that my sister has someone like you on her side. I'll text it to you.
Do you need anything? A refill?
No, just for my sister to be okay.
I'm doing all I can to make that happen.
Tessa.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, the world's newest hitmaker.
I wish.
Well, I heard your song on Devon's new streaming service. It's very catchy.
Thank you. It took us a few times to record it.
Well, you nailed it. So is it as cool to be a singer as I think it is?
Oh, way cooler. I mean, especially when people respond to your music.
Do you have fans coming up to you all the time?
Nope, you're the first.
Ah.
I'm not on the radar yet.
Well, I predict it'll be very soon. You'll be blowing up, and to think that it all started at an open mic night at the Underground.
Crazy, right?
Crazy, yeah. Well, I will be at your next show. I signed up for your mailing list, so I think it'll be a fun little date night.
Oh, for you and Zach, right?
Yeah, you know him?
I met him at the benefit concert.
That's right, yeah. Zach's first introduction to the Newman family and all of their drama. But he survived. And miracle of all miracles, he passed my dad's interrogation.
Wow.
It must be kismet seeing you here in my studio.
Can't wait to hear why.
Well, I have these makeover segments coming up. And if you want a fresh spin on your unique look, I could guarantee you a spot.
Oh, here's a better idea. You should do a makeover on your soul. Well, I guess that would be more of an exorcism.
Why are you here?
I'm looking for Mariah. Do you know where she is?
Yeah, she's probably taking some sad face selfies in her dressing room.
And why would she be upset?
She just realized that Devon never got over me and that she really was the rebound.
What's your damage? Are you that broken and insecure that you need to make other people feel bad about themselves?
I don't know.
Look, Devon and Mariah's relationship is the real deal. Sorry to fact check, superstar, but whatever you had with him is history. And nobody in their right mind would pick you over Mariah.
The real question is, why have you appointed yourself Mariah's guardian and protector?
What kind of trouble has this Rainbow Girl been?
Nothing too bad. She's feisty is all. Had to take her off the roster for a while, but I got her back in line.
Little tude's not a bad thing. Some of our high-end clients have unusual tastes. No, I think this one's gonna make us a ton of money.
I like the sound of that.
We'll talk more later.
You can ignore me the rest of the day?
I just don't want any negativity.
Technically, I was trying to be realistic. Wait. I've been researching Alice's family tree online.
And
And apparently you're right about a point in there. I can't find any siblings or husbands that are connected to her family tree, which means
she doesn't have a niece.
there's still a chance that this girl could be a non-blood relation. But it does strengthen your case. Am I out of the doghouse?
Yeah. And I'm gonna give you a special treat later for putting up with me.
Well, I'll take the treat, but I don't see it that way. We're in this together, Sharon.
It means a lot that you're helping me.
I'm a methodical guy. It's an occupational hazard, and I know it can be frustrating to deal with. But I do trust your instincts. It's just that I've been trained to check and recheck all the facts before I react.
That's why you're such a great journalist.
One of the reasons. Are you sure you can't just, give this woman the benefit of the doubt and walk away?
If it were anybody else, perhaps. But Alice Johnson is not above mistreating a child.
Your child.
She left Cassie alone with her elderly mother. And Millie was in no position to be raising a young child. She did her best, but it's the reason why my daughter was neglected. And then when Alice came back to town looking for custody, Cassie was terrified. She didn't want to go with her. She didn't want her to be her mother. She told me how sad her life was. No child should ever have those feelings. They should be loved and cared for and nurtured.
I can see why you're fighting so hard for Crystal. I get it. It's the trap of an investigative reporter to slant the story where they want to see it end. But we have to be careful not to jump to the easy answer when we could be looking past and ignoring the real one.
What is the easy answer here?
You want it to be Alice because that would get us closer to saving Crystal. And maybe you could get some justice against the woman who fought you for your daughter.
Not that I feel the need to explain myself to you, but the reason I have Mariah's back is because she's my friend.
You can save your breath because friendship is a foreign concept to my co-host, as is human decency.
Well, it looks like you're not too devastated to face the day. Fantastic. Maybe we'll actually get some work done.
Oh, which Genoa City family are you going to decimate today?
None, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh, it's not your show, so it's not your call.
If it was, I wouldn't have to fast forward through most of it.
There you go again. Charging in on your white horse. Mariah did grow up in a cult. She can handle herself. Anyways, when you are done with your little friend, come find me. We have a show to put together.
Why do you need a marker?
Oh, she's missing the horns on her head.
No. Hey. You can't do that. She would have you arrested for defacing a national monument, and I don't think she would settle for less than the death penalty.
Not worth it.
But you handled her like a boss.
Hey, I'll always defend you. Especially against nasty lies about you and Devon.
Well, the sad thing is she wasn't wrong about Devon and me.
Hillary is living in a twisted fairy tale. One where Devon is still in love with her and you two aren't a real couple.
Well, we might not be.
Hey, don't let her get to you. Devon adores you.
We got in a fight.
About?
About him ditching me so he could hang out with Hillary. So they could, how did he put it, get their friendship back on track.
Oh.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think that he's over her. And before you tell me that I'm overreacting, trust me, I've seen the signs for a while now.
That sucks.
Yeah. And it gets worse. He tried to throw out a pity, I love you, to prove that he's over her. But I didn't let him.
I want him to mean it. If he says something like that, and I could just tell by the look in his eyes that he didn't.
Your fingers were flying across that keyboard.
Updating my files on Alice while it's still fresh in my head.
Maybe you should send a copy over to Paul, keep him in the loop.
I think we should wait. We don't have enough evidence.
Well, what about the neighbor we spoke to, Valerie?
Everything she told us is hearsay, and the internet search didn't give us any conclusive facts.
That's true.
Well, which doesn't mean I'm giving up.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and help a customer.
So this is where you've been all day, playing hooky.
Clearly, you're not camped out at Newman Tower either.
FYI, I just got here. I'm meeting a colleague.
Oh, and would that be your romantic, not romantic, / dating app partner by chance? Doesn't sound like much of a heavyweight meeting to me, but I, however, am working on a major investigative piece.
Oh, please, you giving me a hard time about working with Zach while you're doing hard-hitting journalism with Sharon? Give me a break.
Did I miss something?
Is there a problem?
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, no problem here, bro.
Looked like something was going on to me.
Well, I was just marveling at Scott's ability to sniff out a story anytime, any place.
And I was equally intrigued by Abby's choice of venue while conducting business. No offense.
Well, if you'll excuse us, my business partner and I are gonna get to work out on the patio. And Sharon, is there any way you could get me a coffee, cream and 2 sugars? Thanks.
I'm on it. She bothering you again?
Abby likes to stick her nose in everything I do. I'm used to it. Pay no attention.
But that's easy to do. Especially because my mind is on Crystal.
I understand. Especially since now we have more questions than answers.
Maybe this will help.
Alice's credit card?
Maybe we'll get lucky and she'll come looking for it.
Design date sales have skyrocketed into the stratosphere. I have never seen a new business take off like this. Are you in outer space too?
I'm just confused.
By my praise? Well, you shouldn't be. I meant every word.
What did you mean when you called me your business partner in front of Scott and Sharon?
Oh,
I thought we were more than that to each other.
You can blame Scott. He's always giving me a hard time. I guess it was just my knee-jerk reaction.
So, how do you feel about us?
I really enjoy the time that we spend together. And you are more than just a business partner. And if you want me to go tell this whole place, I will. I'll go do it. Okay, here I go.
It's about time that your indie pal left. Next time you need a shoulder to cry on, why don't you take it out to the patio? Because we reserve this space for our actual work.
Oh, Hillary. How you love to spin. See, I don't cry on shoulders. I make mean little girls run home to their mamas.
That's directed at me. My mother's dead. Come on, Mariah. I know what's going on between you and Tessa. You're heartbroken because things aren't working out between you and Devon. And your little friend, she's trying to make things all better.
You really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I hate to make things worse for you, but hey, why not? I was gonna tell you this before, but Devon interrupted us.
Do you need a map to get to your point?
Jordan and I broke up. So I am a free agent, but probably not for long.
Hillary and Jordan are done?
Yep, she ruined that relationship in record time.
When did this happen?
A few days ago.
We were just here a few days ago. We had drinks together.
And she didn't tell you?
Oh. I mean, now that I think about it, she kind of avoided any questions that I asked about Jordan, but...
Well, yeah, of course she did. You're her ex-husband. She doesn't want to seem guileless to you. Did she hit on you?
No. No, she just said that she was happy we got a chance to reconnect.
Here we go again.
It was just a run-in, okay? She was coming from the gym. I was leaving the office.
Oh, please, she planned it.
We're divorced for a reason, okay? She wasn't looking to see me any more than I was looking to see her.
Okay, do you or do you not leave the office at the same time every day?
Yes, most days I do.
Okay, then it's not a coincidence. And you said Hillary was evasive about Jordan.
Well, I mean, like you told me, they just broke up. So maybe she was sad that, you know, they're not going to end up together.
Aw, leave it to my sweet brother to come up with the most generous interpretation possible.
I could be right about that.
Yeah, if it wasn't Hillary, don't forget why you guys broke up. All the lies and manipulation. Don't let her suck you back into her vortex.
Nobody's going to set that. We had drinks. That's it.
Let me guess, after the first round, she said something like, "Oh, this is so much fun, let's have another." See, I knew it. Too bad you didn't have plans with Mariah, then you could have used that as an excuse.
Well, actually, I did have plans with Mariah that night.
You canceled on your girlfriend?
We got to talking, and time got away from me.
Devon, why would you do that? Mariah adores you. Don't let Hillary ruin that.
I might be doing that all on my own.
That's good. Put that in, take that out.
So this breakup between you and Jordan, did it happen in the last hour or so?
I don't know, Mariah. Have you seen him around here lately?
No, I haven't, which means that you chose precisely the right moment to spring this news on me. Hoping, obviously, for maximum impact. But I'm sorry to say, Hillary, it's a hit and a miss because I just don't care.
Really? You're not even a little concerned about where things stand between you and Devon?
Because of your sudden availability? No, I don't. Because the thing is, Devon had you. He divorced you. And so, as far as he's concerned, you're just history.
History. That's an interesting word. Especially since I'm the one with the long, charged, intense, committed relationship with the man, and you two, well, you guys are just such great pals.
Devon kissing me on the Golden Gate Bridge, Chinatown, Fisherman's Wharf.
What is this supposed to prove?
Pals. That's the word that you use to describe us. Well, I don't know about you, but I think we look like a hell of a lot more than that in these photos. Especially this one. Oh my gosh, that one's it's my favorite.
You should have been there. And Devon and I had drinks the other night. See, we didn't need an artificial event to paint the picture of a happy couple. Even the air between us is electric.
For you. But for me and Devon, you're nothing but hot air. Excuse me, I have someplace to be.
One more thing before you go. When Devon blew you off to have drinks with me, he didn't call you, did he? No. He texted. So he didn't see the need for you to hear his voice. Maybe reassure you that he wouldn't be long. Nah. He just let his thumbs do the talking. Yeah, so you just go ahead, believing that you have something special with Devon.
So when Mariah found out why I didn't show up to the underground that night, we kind of had a little fight.
You said you were with Hillary.
Well, I told her I was talking to Hillary, and there was nothing to hide, you know. But she saw it the way you do and thinks that Hillary was trying to keep me here on purpose away from her.
That's bad.
Yeah. And it gets worse because while we were talking about everything, she brought up the fact that I haven't said I love you yet to her, even though she said it to me.
It's not really a way to endear yourself to a woman.
Well, she was so upset during the conversation and things got so intense that I kind of started to...
No, don't tell me you told her in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, I tried and she wasn't having it.
Good for her.
The truth is though, Lily, I've been in love before, you know? And when I get that feeling about Mariah, that I love her, I'd be the first one to tell anybody. Tell the world, you know? I'm that guy.
Do you think that will ever come?
Yeah, I mean... I don't know, maybe there is a reason why I haven't gotten there yet.
Look, don't worry about not being able to say the L word right now. You know, that time will come. And what's the rush anyway?
Well, nothing unless Mariah gets tired of waiting for me.
Well, hopefully she's too smart for that and realize that she's lucky to have someone who won't lie to her.
Like Kane did to you.
Yeah. To have a partner who respects you and themselves enough to be honest with you. That's everything.
Well, I sure didn't have that with Hillary.
I thought I had that with Kane. And look how that turned out.
I am through listening to you tear down what I've got with Devon.
Come on. Your relationship with Devon is about as special as a bag of steamed carrots. You seem closer to your friend Little Miss Alternative than you do to him.
Save your fantasies for somebody else who doesn't know you better. I'm going home.
Oh, home? Not Devon's place? Ah, that's right. You still live at home with your mom instead of with your supposedly serious boyfriend. Come on, Mariah. Just be honest with yourself. Isn't it possible that the two of you have just peaked?
Nick,
Hey, look who's back.
did I leave my credit card here?
You sure did. Sharon tried to catch you, but you'd already taken off.
Thank goodness. So, you got it?
Actually, Sharon has it, I think. Just hang on a second.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, Alice is here at the bar looking for her credit card. Do you still have it?
Yes. I'm on my way. Don't let her out of your sight.
Hey. Thinking about Crystal? You wanna talk about her? I mean, not, this nightmare that she's going through, but what's she like? What makes her unique?
No one's ever asked me that.
Look, I just don't want you to think that with everything going on that I'm not focused on getting her help. You know? I want to know about her.
I don't know where to start.
Just tell me anything. What do you love about Crystal? There's just so much I don't know about her or you.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. Can't live without the plastic.
Isn't that the truth? Now, Sharon tells me you're in sales. What kind of sales?
Medical supplies.
Alice. Wow, you have no idea how glad I am to see you.
Pizza, chicken tenders. I mean, Crystal eats like a first grader. What else? Oh, she doesn't sing at all. I mean, except for the shower and the car.
Oh, see, you're the artsy one.
No, Crystal draws. She can create these whole worlds. She also has the math and science gift, which I definitely do not.
Zach, how you doing? That's remember Zach, right?
Sure. Oh, I saw Abby yesterday. She mentioned you.
I'm hoping good things.
How's design date going?
Taking off. We're hitting our groove. It's the only reason I was able to leave the office. Thought I'd get a sweat in while I still can. I'll let you two get back to whatever it is you were talking about.
I'm sure it's here. I wouldn't have taken it out. I don't think. So you just passing through town again, or did you come here just for the card?
I can't do a whole lot without it.
So you're in medical sales. That's what I heard you tell Nick.
Are you sure you didn't leave the card at your place?
No, it's here somewhere. It's just, I'm sure you're always on the go.
Yeah, hospitals, doctors' offices. I mean, that's my thing.
Small company?
And nothing you've heard of. Look, I'll just cancel the card and get a new one. It's...
Oh, no, that could take a couple of days. You know what? Just give me a couple of... Oh, Look, here it is. See, I knew it was in here.
Thanks. Well, look, I got a scoot.
Okay.
Nick, did you see the resume of those two baristas I told you might be looking for extra work, Josie and Crystal? Alice? Something wrong?
Look at me. Rushing off and forgetting my manners. I never said how good it was to see you two again.
You sure you can't stay a while longer? Who knows when we'll see you again?
I got a long drive ahead of me.
Back to Madison. You still there?
Same place. But thanks for the card, and you two take care.
Bye. Seriously?
Don't start.
Could you have taken any longer to look through your purse? Sharon, do you really think Alice is working with sex traffickers?
Did you see her freeze when I said the name?
She had a reasonable explanation for that.
There is nothing reasonable about what she's doing to those poor girls.
Okay, look, I get it. You are concerned about Crystal, okay? But I think you're seeing what you want to see.
Scott said the same thing to me.
Well, for once, Scott and I agree on something.
But he didn't tell me that I should ignore my instincts. In fact, he's helping me pursue this.
And we're back to disagreeing again.
Some poor, vulnerable girl is being exploited. And, you know, it's not just any girl. It's Tessa's sister.
What?
You heard me. Crystal is Tessa's sister, and Tessa didn't want to say anything before because she didn't want to put the girl in any danger, and she also didn't want to be judged.
All this time, I mean...
Yeah. Crystal was here. She was in this very bar. She was safe for a few moments, and then she was gone. We could have helped her, but instead, we didn't do enough. And I'm not going to fail her again. So if you're telling me that you have a problem with that...
Stop putting words in my mouth, okay?
Okay, then you stop talking and listen to me, please. Just hear me out.
I was never really cut out for school. Music was all that mattered. But Crystal, I had plans for her. She was gonna go to college and get a real education, make something of her life. But now, even when I find her and save her, how is she supposed to get past what these monsters have done to her?
You can't think like that, all right? There's always a way to heal. I've seen it. As for college, my mom's going right now. It's never too late. So, we save Crystal, and then like you said, give her time to heal. And then she can live the life that she wants. And I'm willing to bet it's gonna look a lot like the life that you want for her.
You're the most optimistic person I've ever met. But sometimes it doesn't work out the way a person wants.
You just have to believe that it's possible, okay? You have to have hope. Everything good that's ever happened in this world started with hope.
I do have pieces of information that start to create a picture. It's just a hunch that Alice was the same woman who drove those prostitutes away from the police station. But I have caught her in a lie. She just got through telling both of us that she lives in Madison, and that's not true. She lives right outside Genoa City.
How do you know that?
Scott tracked down her address from her credit card. And we went and saw the house for ourselves, and we confirmed with a neighbor that Alice lives there along with a niece who comes to visit. You and I both know from the custody battle that Alice doesn't have any family. And that house was way too nice for someone who's working in medical sales for a small company.
Okay, so this is somebody who has come up a little bit in life, and maybe she's being a little guarded about her privacy from two people who used to be her adversaries. Well, yeah, then she must be making money off of prostitutes.
Did you happen to notice that Alice avoids all mention of her current life? Anytime you ask her a question, she changes the subject or she starts talking about the past.
Well, that is true.
See, there's something really off about that woman. She is hiding something. Are you starting to see what I'm seeing?
I just realized you don't even know what Crystal looks like.
Oh, she looks so happy here.
She was.
She will be again. Just like this. Can't wait to meet him.
I respect your instincts. You know I do. But I just think I'm gonna need more factual proof before I can buy into this theory of yours. But I'll admit, it's worth checking into.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Because Alice is going to be back soon.
How do you know that?
Her car won't make it far.
Hi. Hey, I was just admiring your technique. You have great form. You look really zen.
You look hot.
Sharon, you took an ice pick to Alice's tire. Why?
Desperate times.
What do you gain by stranding her in her car downtown?
I'm going to figure out if that's the same car I saw transporting bailed out prostitutes from the police station. The same car that drove Crystal away. And more importantly, I'm going to find out if Alice was the one driving it.
How exactly are you gonna do that?
I admit it would be better if I had a plan to deal with Alice, but I don't. So I saw my shot with her car and I took it.
Okay, I know how much you want to help Crystal. All right, and the idea of a young girl being taken advantage of, it resonates with you on a very personal level. You have a huge heart, Sharon, that's who you are. And I'll admit that Alice was lying about living in Madison. That's a little fishy.
And there's more. Remember I told you that Scott and I spoke to Alice's neighbor, the one who said that Alice's niece was visiting?
Yeah?
Okay, it turns out that Alice doesn't have any siblings. So there's no way she could have a niece.
One that we know about.
Are you saying you don't believe me?
I'm just saying, I mean, look how you're acting.
I'm just following my instincts. You know, that's what Scott does when he's chasing down a story. He thinks that I'm doing the right thing.
Well, Scott needs to remember that you are a mother and you have people who are counting on you. You shouldn't be getting yourself involved in these risky situations.
Isn't it kind of similar to what you did to Chloe? On the night before her wedding, you wanted to trip her up a little bit, and I helped you.
I will admit my part in that, yes.
So then you can also admit that that was a little risky. But wait a minute. That tracking device, the one that you used to follow Chloe.
What about it?
Is that still here? Do you have it?
Alice! Look who's back.
I never left. I started pulling out of the parking lot and realized one of my tires was completely flat. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, that's me. Hot, sweaty, miserable and exhausted after 50 minutes of ordered around by a sadist in a headset to the strains of the loudest EDM music legally allowed in daylight. Can you imagine anything in the world more enjoyable?
You know, I think I'll stick to yoga, thanks.
Oh, what is this? Where you keep your innermost secret thoughts?
Yeah, in song lyric form. Actually, I started writing one about my sister.
Wow. Can I read it? If you don't mind, that is.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Wow. This is amazing, Tessa. I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised, obviously, but I just, I had no idea. Wow.
Thanks. I had this great talk with Noah, and it just started pouring out.
Well, props to Noah. It's really cool.
Yeah, he was the first person to ask me what Crystal was like as a person, instead of just some tragic victim. He's the only one, in fact.
Did you call anyone?
Yeah, well, the auto club said it could take an hour before they rescue me. Do you mind if I wait here?
Oh, of course.
You know what? Why don't you just call and cancel? I mean, you got a spare, right? I'll change it for you.
You would? Oh, wow. That would be a miracle. I hate to put you out, though.
No worries. Won't take long at all.
Great. You're a lifesaver, Nick. I mean, I've got a meeting soon. Now I won't be late. I really appreciate it.
All good. I'll be back. Just gonna swing by the office and grab my phone.
Okay. Would you like some more coffee?
Oh, how about something stronger to calm my nerves?
Hey, it's happy hour somewhere. Why not?
Vodka rocks.
Coming right up.
Okay.
Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks. I'll call the auto club. Yeah, sure, I'll hold. You and Nick turn this into my lucky day.
Oh, it's no problem at all. I'm just glad you didn't miss your meeting. So tell me how this works. Selling medical supplies. Do you cover a certain territory? Because you're a long way from Madison, where you live.
Well, we're always trying to expand. I mean, they've got me calling on doctors' offices and hospitals all over the place.
Wow, it's a lot of responsibility. You've come a long way.
Yeah. Well, when Cassie passed away, it hit me. I need to clean up my act. So I decided to be the kind of person who actually could raise a child. Not that I'd ever be allowed to adopt again.
Do you like it? Your job, I mean?
It's very satisfying. People have all different kinds of stories and needs, and I do my small part to help them out.
Well, you and your car are good to go.
Oh, music to my ears. How much do I owe you for the tire change and the drink?
Oh, nothing. It's all good. I insist. It's on the house.
Again, thank you, both of you. Look, I know it must have been awkward for you two running into me again. I mean, it sure was for me. But now I feel relieved knowing that we've all put the past behind us. And I'm sorry losing Cassie broke up your marriage, but anyone can see you two still care about each other, which is very sweet.
We really do. Thank you for saying that.
I think about Cassie all the time. Sometimes I dream about her. And she always tells me the right things to do. Anyway, I'm glad I wandered into this place.
Well, you know what they say. There are no coincidences.
Yeah, right. It was great seeing you guys again.
Bye. I still have the tracker. It's on our car right now.
Oh, you're the best.
Well, let's see if it still works.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if your instincts were right.
Hey, you okay? I was kidding about the cardio nausea thing, but you seem kind of queasy.
It's not about the spin class. Actually, it's about what you said about Crystal and Noah. I feel like I have been incredibly insensitive, and I feel like a terrible friend.
Wait, what?
Now that I've read those lyrics and I know how close you are to your sister, for you to think that I didn't care enough to see her as a real person, I mean, that kills me. And I feel terrible, and I feel like I need to explain myself. It never seemed like you wanted to talk about your life before you moved here. And so that's why I never asked you more about her.
Mariah,
And I just felt like it was never a place that you wanted to go to. I thought I was respecting your privacy, but instead...
No, instead, nothing. Mariah, I didn't say any of those things to slam you or make you feel like a terrible friend. I mean, how could I think that? Everything good in my life right now is because of you.
I really believe that.
It's the truth. Your intuition was spot on. I didn't want to talk to anyone about Crystal because I didn't think I could. And then Noah asked, so I did. And right after I felt so much better. Another gift from you.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. Like, you don't know. Your brother. I mean, the whole time you've had Noah's back and mine, telling me he was a good-hearted guy and that I could trust him. You were right.
I'm just, I'm so glad that you have someone like that in your life. I'm thrilled, actually. It's really, it's great. You know, I'm feeling kind of gross and sweaty, so I am gonna go take a quick shower.
All right, well, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Hey, Sharon, what's going on?
I'm not exactly sure, but I thought you'd want to be kept in the loop.
Is this about Crystal?
Let's meet at Crimson Lights. You shouldn't get your hopes up, though.
I'll be right there.
How much did you even know about Alice?
I knew that Cassie was originally adopted by some trashy woman, but I never would have believed that she'd end up back in our lives somehow.
So you think this Alice is the blonde woman who's like the hooker den mother? May have Crystal with her?
Well, we haven't seen her in years, but yeah, I do.
We don't know anything for certain.
I'll tell you this much. Her fancy clothes are not fooling anyone. She is still the same woman, and yes, she is capable of exploiting young girls.
Or she could be selling titanium hip replacements in the nearest hospital.
What is it?
She stopped driving.
Well, where is she?
It's not a hospital. Yeah, Alice's car stopped in a residential area not far from here. It's a pretty upscale neighborhood.
So she lied about going to the hospital. She's not staying at some scuzzy motel or somewhere you would associate with sex trafficking.
Well, she could have stopped at a doctor's house. If she does have a sales job, she doesn't owe us any details about it. For all we know, she could have stopped at a friend's house.
Speculating's pointless. We should just go there and confront this woman.
See, you made a mistake when you tried to leave. You were sent away to think about what you did wrong. But now we can have a do-over. If you behave, I can keep taking care of you. I like being good to you. All you have to do is promise to be good in return.
I promise. I'm so glad to be back here with you. I don't want to go away again.
Honey, me neither. I missed you. We all did. We're so happy you're back. Especially me. Welcome home.
Bottom line is we have nothing concrete to confront Alice with.
She lied about living in Madison.
When you were out in the parking lot, I was asking the mildest, most casual questions. So why did she get so strange and evasive?
Because I think she's hiding more than her address. And especially given your history with her, I mean, you and Nick are the last people that she would want to tip off.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble I caused. I'll never do it again, I promise. Thank God. I'm back with you now. It's all I wanted. You're the nicest person I know, Alice.
It just about killed me when they told me they had to take you away. You know how I feel about you and the other girls. You're like family to me.
Why can't we just go there and find out what's really up?
Look, if we rush in there without anything to back up our suspicions, then I'll tip Alice off and we'll have nothing.
So what do we do, Nick?
We just keep doing what we're doing. We'll monitor her every move. If we see anything weird or out of the ordinary, then we'll bring in the police.
And what if that doesn't work and we come up empty?
Well, then I think we just all need to accept the fact that we are invading an innocent woman's privacy.
So I've got some really good news. The boss saw your photo. He told me that girl is something special. She's a cut above.
He said that.
He can't wait to meet you. This could be the beginning of something big for both of us.
I just can't shake this feeling that Alice is involved in this somehow. And one way or another, I am going to find out.
Well, I'm glad that Sharon and Nick told us what they know about Alice Johnson. I mean, she might have Crystal.
Might.
Mariah.
I have your back, and I hear what you're saying, but we also have to listen to what Nick said. We don't know anything for sure.
It won't stop me from thinking that she might be running a sex trafficking ring that's holding my sister against her will. What kind of woman would do that?
I bet I know why you're here.
Rainbow Girl. It was our hot new talent who's unfortunately been causing us trouble.
No, her attitude is much better now.
I'll be the judge of that.
Crystal, would you come in here, please?
Hello, Crystal. You've had a lot of people concerned about you.
Alice has been at the same place for a while now.
Well, her car has, anyway.
I know it's a bizarre situation. I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help.
Well, seeing Alice after all these years, brought up some feelings for me, too. So I get why you're so committed to this, and I will support you any way I can.
It really means a lot to me.
Maybe she's in for the night.
I'm going over there. I'm going to investigate for myself.
No, Sharon, no. I'm not letting you do that.
I'd like to talk to Crystal. Alone.
Of course.
So, how do you like this place? You comfortable?
Yes, very.
Sit down, relax. No, closer. We take good care of you, right?
House has been great. I'm happy here.
So, imagine my disappointment when I heard how you've been showing your gratitude. Running away. Is that really necessary?
I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I told them that I would never do it.
It's just you and me now, Crystal. I'm good at reading people. I know when they're being honest with me.
You don't trust me?
I want to. I hope I can.
I didn't mean to worry you or Alice. I just needed to see someone.
Your sister, Tessa.
How do you?
I told you. I know when people are telling the truth. And I just want to help you.
Alice sounds like the type of woman who would adopt a kid and then decide that she had better things to do. Not that I am in any place to criticize. I pretended to be Cassie's ghost. I cannot believe that I disrespected my sister's memory that way. That I actually went along with Victor's plan to torment Sharon.
Hey, you didn't know at the time that she was your mom or that Cassie was your sister. Don't do that to yourself. What are you thinking?
Just imagining Cassie and me when we were little. The hell that each of us was going through while not knowing the other existed. Cassie dealing with a mom who basically ignored her, and me being raised in a cult by a guy with a messiah complex. We survived. We made it out. And we both made our way back to Sharon. It just wasn't at the same time.
I'm sorry you never got to know your sister.
Yeah. Me too.
I wasn't gonna go barreling out there and ring the bell. I'll be discreet.
Sharon, the houses in that kind of neighborhood for sure have security systems. You can't go sneaking around at night or peering in windows. Because if you do, what's going to happen? You're going to get caught. And then what?
I wasn't planning to do anything stupid.
Especially if you're right and this house is some heavy-duty sex trafficking ring. Which means I can't believe that Alice would get involved in something like this.
With her past, she was hanging around some sketchy people.
It's a pretty big leap to go from an irresponsible young woman who can't take care of a child to someone who's involved in an operation that forces young people into prostitution.
Well, I can't just ignore my instincts. And Scott said...
No, Scott was wrong. Scott may be willing to let you put your life in jeopardy, but I'm not. Not asking you to ignore this, but you have to be smart.
I know. I am. I will be.
There's a lot of people who care about your safety and well-being.
I appreciate that. I know it took a lot to convince you that this wasn't some hysterical overreaction on my part.
Look, I respect your instincts. For what we learned about Alice, she bears watching, whatever this turns out to be.
You know, a year ago, I wasn't sure you would ever speak to me again.
Well, you've come a long way. Sharon, you have turned your life around. It's inspiring.
I run a coffee shop and I take a few college courses. It's hardly inspiring.
Don't do that, all right? Don't diminish what you have accomplished. You have taught your kids by example. Showed them that they can make mistakes and come back from it. That no matter what life throws at them, they can overcome it.
You seeing Alice again brought up all those old, terrible feelings. What losing Cassie did to us, how it destroyed our marriage.
Yeah, but despite that, I mean, look at us now. We got the co-parenting thing down. We've been through some rough stuff with Faith. Got through it. Look at you. I mean, you work at a crisis hotline. You're helping people like Crystal. You're giving something back. And I admire that. Makes me want to help too.
You have putting that tracker device on Alice's car.
It gives us an edge, but I want to be smart about it, all right? We can track her movements so we can go to Paul if there's anything he should know about. But you have to promise me that you are not going to go charging over there in the middle of the night. I couldn't handle it if anything happened to you.
I promise.
All right.
Sorry, I got so emotional.
Oh, don't apologize.
I have so much to be grateful for. I have an amazing family, wonderful sister, great brother. But I can't help but think what it would have been like to have Cassie in my life. What was it like for you and Crystal?
We were close. Not because we were sisters, but because we had to be. We were both born in Chicago. Not the pretty part. Gangs, drugs. My dad was in it. Low level. But people were coming in and out of like all hours of the day and night. My mom got hooked. She would disappear for days at a time, sometimes weeks. So from the second that Crystal was born, I looked after her. I taught her how to walk, how to act, when to shut her mouth and hide, like when my dad would come after my mom, or me, especially then. He was a mean drunk. And one day, these guys were coming in and looking at me different. They wanted something from me. And it got to the point where I couldn't count on my dad to protect me. I couldn't count on anyone. So that's why I had to leave. I told Crystal that when I got set up, I would get her out. I promised.
We are gonna find your sister.
How?
We will find a way.
Trust me.
Can't believe you know Tessa.
We met a long time ago in Chicago. You've tried to get in touch with her. I know you two spoke.
How?
She told me. Your sister is trying to turn things around for herself. And you could ruin that. Is that what you want?
No.
If you try to contact Tessa again, or anyone else, I don't know how I can help you avoid the consequences.
I understand.
Is everything all right?
Crystal, would you go back to your room, please? I'd like to talk to Alice now.
Okay.
Get her out of this house.
Why? She just got back.
Don't ask questions. Find a place. I want her gone. Tonight.
Hey, has there been any more word?
So he set up the app so that I could track her whereabouts too. She hasn't moved. She's still at the same house.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's neither, really. It's just information. So we're going to track Alice's whereabouts, and if she does anything suspicious, then we're going to bring it to the police. But we're not going to run in and do anything risky that could tip her off. Like Nick said, she could just be visiting a friend.
Do you mind if I see the phone? I'd love to know how the app works.
Oh, sure. So, when Scott posted to John, he said that the girls said that there was a woman who was nice to them and looked after the other girls. Does that sound like something Alice would do?
I've been asking myself that same question.
From the way you described her, Alice didn't sound like a cruel person. Just, careless. He's a little self-centered. Do you think she's capable of something like this?
It's been so many years since I've even thought about this woman. Who knows what could have happened between then and now and how desperate she may have become for money.
Do you have a photo of her? I'm kind of wondering what she looks like.
Alice?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Here. I took this earlier at the underground when Nick was changing her tire. She didn't know I did it. Oh, Scott's here.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to wait. No, I just want to go to where she's parked and find out what's going on.
I just memorized the address, and now we know what she looks like.
What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah.
Actually punched a hole in this woman's tire?
I know. It's terrible, right?
Normally, yes, but in this circumstance, hell no. I'd call it being resourceful. Well done.
And it paid off, too, because of Nick. He offered to change her tire. So while Alice and I were inside talking, I managed to snap a photo of her while Nick slapped a GPS tracker on her car.
As little use as I have